All right, hello everyone and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. It is Tuesday, April the 16th, 2019, and we are here for show number 61. And once again, I will break out my Espanol, and 61 would be 61. Let's go. Clay court season is here. Getting very excited about that. This Monte-Carlo tournament has had some ebbs and flows already. We've had some racket, we've had some racket smashing going on. So if anyone has followed this show for a while, you will know that I'm going to give a lot of grief to anyone that smashes a racket on the court, and maybe we'll discuss the donation bucket that we have tried to manifest since this show began. Anyway, big shout out to start off this show to Arvis, who has been a proponent of Cecchinato.
Marco Cecchinato from Italy.
Still not a fan of this guy. I think he has a nice game. Nothing against the guy as a person.
He has a one-handed backhand, so you should like him.
Yeah, I just don't think he's proved himself enough to get into our debate of about 5 to 8 shows ago. And by the way, if you missed any of these shows and we're bringing up topics from previous shows, you can click on a link above. I'll put that in at about 1:45. So if you're new to this channel, you can catch up on previous shows by clicking on the suggested videos link above. Anyway, but back to Arvis and Cecchinato.
Well, he obviously can play in clay.
Well, and obviously Arvis has been a long time student of this young man. And again, not that we haven't followed his game. It's just I don't think he has been overall that great besides on clay for a while. But I think Arvis has taken it under his wing to think that Cecchinato will be one of the best on clay this year.
Well, I mean, he did make his name on clay, so it would be fitting for him to do great on clay and only clay. I mean, he did beat Novak Djokovic last year. So, I mean, maybe he's just a clay court player. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. He did, however, take out Wawrinka today.
I was shocked by
that was a shocking match. So as soon as Cecchinato, who again, I don't dislike as a player, but I just don't think he's that great. I think we got into this whole Cecchinato topic at the end of maybe Wimbledon or the U.S. Open last year. We were kind of doubting where his ranking should be because he had only attained it by playing on clay. For the most part.
Well, maybe he'll, make the same amount of points on clay this year. I don't know.
Well, he beat Wawrinka today. We'll discuss that when we get to some Monte-Carlo results. Also, big shout out to Wayne Chia. Yesterday, if you missed the show, we, Carla and myself, we had a big section or a big segment talking about the most ripped up women in tennis.
Well, it's 2 days ago, actually.
2 days ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So our last show, we discussed ripped up women in tennis in terms of muscle size. Our list consisted, and if you missed that show, we had a discussion about some of the muscles on a lot of these, or not a lot, but a handful of women's tennis players these days on the WTA Tour. And the topic was, who are the most ripped up or the most strong women that you can think of on the WTA Tour? And I think we indicated Polona Hercog, correct?
Correct.
Samantha Stosur, Serena Williams.
You had Maria Sakkari.
Maria Sakkari. We mentioned Amelie Mauresmo. But we forgot one classic tennis player that's won a whole lot of majors that was also a very strong young lady, and that young lady was
Martina Navratilova, which actually Wayne Chia said that Chris Evert dominated in her era in the 70s, but then someone else came and I forgot who, one of our viewers, I forgot his name, but he's mentioned, what about Martina Navratilova?
Yeah, he's totally right. So
actually it was Millennium Constantine. He said, well, what about Martina Navratilova? She was muscular and absolutely, she was very muscular. I mean, most people were intimidated by her.
I think there is a discrepancy, though, when we're talking about the size and the...
Well, her size was big at that era.
Well, I understand that. If we look at, and we're not going to get too much into this again, if you missed our last show, just check it out. And we were talking about the overall benefit or not a benefit of some of these female tennis players that are so jacked up, and I mean, I'll define jacked up. Huge muscles, like biceps, like boom, shoulders, like boom, like prize fighters, and if it was beneficial to them or not. And we used Polona Hercog's recent win, being one of those respective women, as justification for this being maybe a pro. And we got into a whole discussion on
Stozier. You mentioned Samantha Stozier.
We mentioned Samantha Stozier, etc.
That it's too stiff.
But I think there is a discrepancy, though, from the likes of Sakkari or Polona Hercog, or if you look at, say, the Navratilovas, the Georgies. They're strong, they're muscular, and they're ripped up. Don't get me wrong. But the Hercogs and the Sakkaris are extremely, like,
Navratilova
really...
was in her time. If you compare her body to one of the girls now, she was just as strong and just as big.
Again, good for all these young ladies to be fit, and they are all under strenuous dope testing, etc. So you know that they're putting in work. Much respect to all these young ladies. But the consensus of our poll question yesterday, again, our poll question was who are the most ripped women on tour? And we mentioned Sakkari, Georgie, we mentioned, Wyndham Chia mentioned Navratilova, we mentioned Hercog, we mentioned Stozier, but the consensus was Serena Williams. That was our overall consensus.
Serena Williams really didn't have to work for that.
She's naturally big.
I remember when I met her, I'm older than her, but when I met her at, I think I was like around 12 years old, which means she was around 9, and she was strong. She looked just as strong.
The consensus was Serena. I don't disagree, but again, the two ladies on tour currently that I am reminded of every time I hear the word swole or ripped at this point are Sakkari and Maria Sakkari from Greece and Polona Hercog from Slovenia, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
They're extremely built, and again, comment below. But I think it's rather restrictive in movement, and I think both of their games reflect that. Anyway, moving forward, but the consensus yesterday was Serena Williams is the most swole or ripped up woman on tour. I disagree. I think Polona Hercog takes the cake. With Sakkari right behind her, both of which I think are negatively affected by the excessive muscle mass that they have up top.
Yes.
All right. As we move forward, there's 2 articles that Carla and I have had the opportunity of reading in the past couple of days, and I will mention both of those articles. One of the articles we came across, and I don't have the author, but I thought it was a great topic. And the article that we read was that Roger Federer could easily play until he is 50 years old. I'll start here. I think it is doable because of his overall studious ability to change his perspective on the game as the game changes. So the game ebbs and flows in time. We have serve and volley, we have strings, we have racket head size, we have racket head speed, we have a lot of different things, shoes and speeds of court, surface conditions, roofs and no roofs. So we have things that change over the eons of time in tennis, and it seems like when things change, Roger changes. And it may take him a little while sometimes to find his way, but he endlessly seems to find his way. Can Roger Federer play until he is 50? Is that realistic? On tour competitively?
No, not realistic.
Why not?
50. I mean, you start feeling aches and pains in your 40s. I mean, he's still not 40. He's 30. He's going to be, what, 39?
Yes.
Well, let me see, 79, 77. So he's a year, okay,
yeah.
So 39, I don't think so. I mean, you can't keep that same level of tennis. You have kids or the younger generation that are hitting the ball harder and are hungry. I don't think so. You can't. I give him maybe 3 or 4 more years of that, and that's exaggerating it.
I think you can shoe and you can put your stocks and bonds in the Roger Federer chicken coop of at least playing on tour through the 2020 Olympics. I think you can assume that. He wants the gold medal.
Right. I don't see why he would want to play until 50. I'm sure he does not. I'm sure he wants to spend time with his family and see his kids grow up.
I think personally he can. play until he is 50, barring any type of the body finally got tired, ligament, knee damage, maybe the wrong slide at the wrong point in time when finally the knees had enough. But I think overall his shoulder should be healthy. I think his arm should be healthy because of his playing style. I would love to see the statistic of if you had Roger Federer's entire career and how many balls he struck on court. How many, whether it was serve, overhead, volley, how many balls he has struck on court, given his amount of matches played, how many balls hit during match play, much less on the practice court, and compare that to other players, even as his junior, compared to how many balls they struck. I think he has kept his body relatively fresh. I think he can actually do damage well into his 40s. But will he is the question. I don't think
he cannot till 50. That's a little exaggerating. That number is super exaggerating.
It's a great topic, though. Again, I think it is exaggerated. I think it's possible. I think he can be top 100 in the world until he's 50.
Maybe
but
not,
is that what Roger Federer wants to do?
No, definitely not.
I thought it was a great article. There was a player, I think it was Jose Acasuso, who was also a clay court player that actually was involved in this article, that tended to agree with a lot of others that Roger Federer could definitely play until he was 50 if he decided to do so. Comment below on that. Second article that we had the opportunity of reading, and I thought it was a really fun article. This involves the sport of golf, at least a little bit. I have always had respect, and I know we have always had respect for the game of golf. Not because of necessarily its brutality, sweating aspect of it, but I think in sports, as in tennis, there has to be a strategic aspect of it and a slow, steady, plodding, a very long, grinding day, much less 4 days of it, and then we culminate a win on a playing surface. I think we've always respected the fact that golf takes so much focus, so much strategy, so much time, especially to win one of these majors. And we had over this past weekend that Tiger Woods won his 15th major, and I think it was his 6th Masters. It might have been his 5th. Again, I'm the world's worst golfer.
Good for him. I was happy to see him win. I mean, I think everybody deserves a second chance in this world, and he went through a lot and finally proved himself that he could win another Master. So good for him.
So I bring this only because of the second article that we read involved a what-if scenario. So the article that we read was basically this. Who has the best odds to win this bet? And I think this had something to do with some Vegas odds and also a sports writer. And I didn't catch the name. It was a flash up thing, and then when it came up on my phone, it asked me right when I got to the very bottom of it if I wanted to continue reading it. I had to pay like $2, and I didn't get a chance to jot the writer's name down because my screen whitened out and I lost it. Definitely not my topic, but I thought it was a really good one, and that is this. What are the better odds here? And let's comment on this below. And if you read this article and can remember the writer, had great thought and great research on this one too. What are the better odds here? Tiger Woods catching Jack Nicklaus. And if you don't know who Jack Nicklaus is, Jack Nicklaus has 18 golf majors, and Tiger Woods just got his 15th, okay? So you have Tiger Woods catching Jack Nicklaus. The second one in this list of three things would be Rafael Nadal catching Roger Federer. Roger Federer has 20, Nadal has 17. Mm-hmm. And the third odds in this Vegas-type betting scenario was Novak Djokovic catching Roger Federer. So the question in this article was, if you had to bet your money on who would overtake who or nobody at all, would it be A, Tiger Woods catching Jack Nicklaus? Okay, he's got to win 3 more, 4 to pass. Okay, so 4. Rafael Nadal passing Roger Federer, given he's won surfaced, and can he play 4 more French Opens and blah, blah, blah. That was all in this article. Or number 3, Novak Djokovic surpassing Roger Federer. Or D, none of the above, and Roger Federer remains king, and so does Jack Nicklaus. Who would you choose?
I'm going with D.
Who? None of the above? No one passes?
No one passes. I don't know much about golf. I mean, I know you can play golf. I guess I would go with Tiger Woods because You can play golf at a much, much older age.
So if you had to choose one out of the three, though, if you had to choose, you thought Tiger Woods could catch Jack Nicklaus, Nadal could catch Federer, or Djokovic could catch
Well, you can play golf a lot longer. Your body, you're not running.
So you would pick Tiger if you had to choose.
He probably has the best chance, followed by Nadal having the better chance. Djokovic, with what I'm seeing lately, I don't think he has that chance.
When I started reading this article, my choice was I thought Nadal would pass Federer if I had to choose. And that was the article. You had to choose. Statistically, that was the correct answer. The reason being that the statistics were on this is that the age of Tiger Woods, I think Jack Nicklaus had won his 6th or 7th Masters at about the same age as Tiger did now. And that was, I think, his final.
Okay.
A lot of these younger guys in golf are stronger, more fit.
They are strong, yeah. They're pretty impressive.
Novak Djokovic, in terms of this article, again, this isn't me, so don't give me a thumbs down on this one, but Novak Djokovic has been erratic here in the past couple of years.
He has been very erratic in the past months.
He did a great end of season last year, but remember that he was really far down, and today he was smashing rackets, and we're going to get into that. But statistically, out of those three, based upon the article that was just now discussed, Rafael Nadal had the best chance of those three scenarios of actually surpassing the potential best ever.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens with Nadal. What do you think? Can he win 3 more French Opens if he stays healthy 3-4 more years and tie him? Because I don't think he'll win another major on another surface.
I don't think so.
Maybe U.S. Open. That could be a good one too. All right, moving forward. So the prize giveaway that Carla and I generated for this clay court season, and we'll have 2, one now, or at least throughout the clay court season, and then we will have one during the French Open. Being a major, it is going to be a bigger one, but it was put out that we would give a set of strings or a 5K tennis shirt out to whomever could guess on the men's ATP tour who would have the most points on clay court tournaments at the end of the clay court season. Kind of like the U.S. Open series, right? They have all these hard court tournaments, and whoever has the most points wins $1 million.
Correct. They get a bonus, yeah.
They get a bonus. So that's our bonus to you. We had our first entry in that today, and that is from Dedsaville, and he is again in Poland, right?
Yes.
He's in Poland. He has won 2 sets of strings already, and he put in his pick being Kei Nishikori from Japan. That will, in his thoughts anyway, have the most points on clay at the end of the clay court season.
I have to ask him what he was thinking.
Which will culminate at the end of the French Open.
What were you thinking there, Casper?
I mean, he's a grinder. If his body can hold up, then I think that's a good pick.
I don't know about that one.
So if you wish to get in on this prize giveaway for strings or a 5K tennis shirt, then please, we're going to extend the pick window.
Well, Wayne Chia also put his pick.
Who Wayne Chia put?
Thiem.
Dominic Thiem, okay.
Yeah.
So Wayne Chia is now in the mix. So Wayne Chia in Singapore, much love to Wayne Chia. Much love, always being a good conversation piece throughout our day on a normal business. So great pick there, Wayne Chia. I am with him on that one. If I was picking, and I guess I would agree with him. I would go with Thiem as well.
Yeah.
Cecchinato could be in there as well.
Yeah.
Watch out for Diego Schwartzman, though. He could do something. Could do something. Could do something. So we have a couple of picks in. If you wish to put your picks in on this video in the comment section below, please put who the men's ATP player that you think will have the most points. So they don't have to win tournaments. If they get, quarterfinal, semifinal, they could still win even if they don't win a tournament.
Right.
So put them below, let us know. And again, if you missed last show, we didn't decide not to do the women's, or we didn't do the women's only because we didn't want to make it so difficult with, coin toss, heads or tails, he, she. We thought that the he aspect of it would be a little bit more.
Talking about Thiem, he dropped his coach, his childhood coach.
Thiem did?
Yeah, they split up.
I think there had been some topics on the table throughout the past year with some of Dominic Thiem's unfortunate losses at very big times, i.e. the French Open last year.
Yeah.
Where this discussion had come up. I thought that might have been salvaged when Thiem beat Federer there. I think it was Indian Wells, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
But it looks like it just didn't happen.
Well, his girlfriend has a new coach as well.
Mladenovic.
Yes.
Sasha
Beijing.
Oh, doubles. So we got Serena's ex-coach, and then we have Osaka's ex-coach that's just jumped on board with Mladenovic, which is TM's girlfriend.
Yes.
Coaching moves. Is this something that's like a joint effort? Are we gonna have a tandem Mladenovic TM coach?
I don't think so.
Mixed doubles, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He's got a lot of work to do.
I think TM...
He's got a lot of work to do because it seems like her dad's involved in her tennis career a lot. So.
I think TM is a threat this clay court season. I'm still shocked Wawrinka lost earlier.
I am too.
Today, though.
I am.
All right. Last thing before we jump into Monte-Carlo, and I told everyone that this was coming before the show started, or just now when it started. Novak Djokovic smashing rackets on the court. I think he even lost one out of his hand that maybe approached the crowd and accidentally...
Didn't quite hit the crowd, but if it did, could have probably been disqualified.
It could have been disqualified from the entire tournament. I always, I don't care who the player is. I even gave Federer trouble. I think Federer broke a racket a while back in Miami when he was wearing gray shorts and a white shirt with a gray collar, if I remember correctly, with the original K-Factor Pro Staff 90 with the signature on the side with the white head. I just remember these type of things. But Djokovic will not be forgotten today for his absolutely ridiculous, preposterous,
he got booed.
Absolutely terrible display of sportsmanship.
Yes.
Smash the racket, smash the racket, smash the racket. This gives you my double thumbs down of the day in sportsmanship, thumbs down of the day and human energy. Absolute double thumbs down today, and anything that approximates the look of a tennis player. I give you another thumbs down on thoughtlessness, because these rackets that you smash, you could just put them in a bucket. We've said this before. If you think you are going to smash a racket and you're going to run over to the sideline and wha-pow, 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 wha-pow. Why do that? Just before you smash it. Right here. Ooh, frozen in time. Oh, freeze! Don't. Toss it in the bucket. Donate it to someone that can use it. There's people all over this planet that are playing tennis with broomsticks, broken beer bottles, watermelon rinds. I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding about it.
Aluminum rackets that are really not good for you.
Carla and I have seen people stringing tennis racket with sticks.
Yeah.
Not kidding. Like with their feet around it.
Hey, our high school team needs rackets. Well, come on. Send them over here to, Alabama.
Next time, Novak Djokovic, you want to smash a racket, please send it to our high school tennis team, okay?
Yeah.
We could use it.
And while you're at it,
it's not cool.
And while you're at it, maybe donate for a court or something.
Totally not cool. Our high school doesn't have tennis courts to play on.
I want to donate to that. I don't know.
Don't smash a racket, bro. Totally stupid. And there's no one out there that can potentially, even possibly, sway my beliefs in that, he was just getting his anger out. He had to get his mind right.
He did it twice because he smashed
man.
his racket, and then his racket came out of his hand and almost hit someone.
Loose character, loose man, shot from the hip. I'm a fan, but when stuff like this happens, I hope Roger destroys you.
He's not playing this
I'm just kidding. Kidding there. Not really. If they face, I really hope Roger wins after that racket smashing debacle that I had to watch today. There's no need for it. There just is no need for it. Maybe
he's upset because him and his brother
lost in doubles.
Marco Djokovic lost pretty badly, 6-1, 6-3 to Juan Sebastian and Roberto Farah from Colombia.
How do you smash a racket?
Maybe that kind of messed him up.
I don't get how the number one player.
Schreiber beat him before, so it was a 3-setter.
Preposterous. And there's no excuse for it. And if you want to hate on me, that's fine. But if you are the number one player in the world that just won 3 majors in a row, and I'm sorry you're a little rusty, as he said himself in his press conference, I don't care if you're rusty.
He said clay is tough. It's tough on the body.
I don't care. Excuses here, excuses there, whatever. Don't smash a racket. It's absolutely ugly. And you will never be even considered in the greatest of all time conversation if you're smashing rackets and letting them fly out of your hand towards the crowd, playing Cole Schreiber. Wake up. Preposterous display of sportsmanship. Absolutely just redunculous.
All right. Are we done with that?
Man. Come on.
All right. Well, let's start with the matches.
Monte-Carlo. Let's go.
Monte-Carlo. Novak Djokovic, number 1 seed, defeated Philipp Kohlschreiber from Germany, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, with a lot of smashing and throwing up the rackets.
This guy won with graphite shards flying like shrapnel in the trenches. Come on, man.
Taylor Fritz from the USA defeated Joe Wilfried Tsonga from France, 6-4, 2-0. Tsonga had to retire at 2-0. He was having a lot of back spasms. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. Probably the age, you know. I mean, he's been trying to do a comeback, and tennis is tough on the body.
I like Tsonga a lot, except for the match where at Wimbledon he was down 2-0 against Federer and came back and won that in the 5th. But besides that, I like Tsonga.
Me too.
Tsonga has gained weight over the years, muscular,
not
in the belly, but he's been bigger.
He looks fine. He looks fine.
So I'm thinking here, maybe his body has had a tough change to that. Look at Tsonga in 2010 compared to Tsonga currently, and you'll see where he's definitely a bigger guy.
Definitely. Diego Schwartzman from Argentina defeated Kyle Edmund from Great Britain and will face Taylor Fritz in the next round. What do you think of that match?
Schwartzman should roll through, and again, based upon how I saw Djokovic play today against Kohlschreiber, Djokovic might want to watch out for Schwartzman on clay.
Definitely.
He might.
Daniil Medvedev defeated João Sousa from Portugal and will be facing the winner he will be facing Radu Albat, who defeated Ajas Badin from Slovenia. That should be a tricky match for Medvedev.
Yeah, I'm putting all my faith in Albat. I told everyone the scruffy beard for me at the beginning of the season. I'm talking Australian Open time. I had a lot of faith in that scruffy beard into Indian Wells and a couple tournaments in between, smaller ones.
Well, good for him because he's from Moldova and that's a small country.
Look, I'm pulling for Albat. Let's go, Albat.
All right, Mikhail Kukushkin defeated Jeremy Chardy from France and will face off Stefanos Tsitsipas from Greece, the number 60. I don't know how Tsitsipas does in clay.
This is a
clay,
good match.
I think clay would be tougher for him.
Look,
I'm not sure.
This is a good match. I'm still going to give it to Tsitsipas here, but I'm not gonna say that I think Tsitsipas will get past Albat. I think Albat will end up meeting Tsitsipas, and I think Albat will end up meeting Djokovic eventually. I do. Watch out for Albat. Tsitsipas, I think, has a much faster game than he would like to have on this surface. So we'll see what happens. But I like Albat to beat Tsitsipas, even though I think Tsitsipas will get past
Tsitsipas beating him in my original draw.
All right, we'll see head-to-head then.
Yep. Dominic Thiem will face off Martin Klisan from Slovakia, who defeated Federico Del Bonis from Argentina. Klisan is a tricky player on clay.
He's tricky, but Thiem's too much.
Will take,
Thiem's too much.
Dusan Lajovic from Serbia defeated Malek Jassiri from Tunisia and will face off David Goffin from Belgium, the number 16 seed, who defeated Guido Andreossi from Argentina.
David Goffin, for me, is one of the favorites in this entire tournament.
He can play.
If he can stay injury-free. He's had some freak injuries. I think he tripped over a ball or a crate at the Australian Open. He had another fluke injury elsewhere. I forget what the tournaments were, but he's had a couple really kooky injuries. But David Goffin, I think he could win the whole tournament. I didn't have him on my predicted draw as winning the tournament, but I have
him facing Thiem and Thiem.
Yeah, I have Goffin facing Thiem as well, and Thiem winning that. But Goffin is a really good player on altogether, but especially on clay, and he has the crowd behind him here.
Yes.
So watch out for Goffin.
Martin Futovic from Hungary defeated Nicholas Bashvili from Georgia and will face off Cameron Norrie from Great Britain, who defeated Adrian Manarino from France. I think Futovic has a real good chance of beating Norrie here. I'm surprised that Norrie even won his first round, honestly.
I'm surprised that Basilashvili lost this match, honestly. I had Basilashvili going into the 4th round against Thiem and Thiem winning that, and I lost him right off the bat. I'm surprised that Fusovic won this match.
I had him picked.
That's her boy. She likes Fusovic because he's like jacked up. What's his nickname? Iron Man.
Yeah, he looks
anyway,
like
I don't get into all that Iron Man stuff, but nonetheless, she likes him a lot. But that was a great pick. Because if
I always pick him.
If they played again, if Basilashvili played Fusovic again, I would take Basilashvili again.
All right.
So good pick.
Lorenzo Sonega defeated Karen Khachanov 7-6. 6-4.
I called it.
He is from Italy.
I called it.
Pretty surprising. Khachanov called the trainer down 5-3 in the second set.
I told you. If you missed the last show, check it out.
Not a good year for him. He really has not had a good year.
When you have a big server, to me, Khachanov is very Del Potro-ish. You're not going to see guys like this, in my opinion, excelling on clay because they have a serve +1 or a serve +1 or 2. If you get them going left and right, moving back and forward, and have to get these big guys to slide, it can be trouble at the office. And I called this yesterday. I totally threw out of nowhere. Told you it was my upset of the day that Khachanov would lose.
Yes,
and it happened.
It happened. Well, Pierre-Hugues Herbert defeated Fernando Verdasco from Spain and will 6-4, 6-4, and will face off Kei Nishikori, your number 5th seed from Japan.
All right, so Dead Seville, your play is in. Nishikori, how's he going to do? I tell you what, though, Pierre Herbert, he's a good doubles player. He's got a great net game. He can grind it down. He's got great angles. You could be in trouble right off the bat here with Nishikori, but if Nishikori's healthy, he should go.
Yeah. Jaume Munar went down to Borna Coric in 3 sets today from Croatia, the number 9 seed.
Expected.
I expected that too. I have Coric going pretty far, actually.
I'm actually quite shocked it took Borna Coric 3 sets.
And it was actually 6-7, 7-6, 6-4.
Yeah, I wonder if there was match points against at 7-6 with the 7 in the breaker in the second set. He probably had a match point against him if it went 9-7 in the breaker.
Well, he won it at 7, so.
Yeah, so it had to have been 9-7.
Maybe.
All right, anyway, so, but yeah, Borna Coric should have won that match. Shockingly, it took so long.
Definitely. Fabio Fognini defeated Andrei Rublev from Russia in 3 sets and will face off Gilles Simon, who defeated Alexei Popapiri from Australia 7-5, 6-1. So this is 2 veterans playing each other. Fognini and Simon. One from France, one from Italy.
All right, so first of all, I don't know how the beautiful beard of Fognini himself managed to pull this match off.
He was down big time.
I called Rublev to win this match. Rublev, if I remember correctly, had won the first set 6-4. Rublev was serving at 4-1 in the second and ended up getting a trainer, or Fognini ended up calling a trainer out. Getting a little TLC, on something. Maybe
he needed some TLC here, some TLC there.
Well,
maybe he needed some cologne.
No, that wasn't it. Well, there was a bit of that, but what we dug deep and found is that Fabio had a little whisker that got out of the. It was like all his whiskers were going this way, and one of the whiskers was pointed that way, and it was tweaking his game. The side swoop of his whisker on this side took away from his left swoop angle. So he was overhitting his forehand wide. So he had he had a groomer come out, and he was like, "Oh, I see your problem, bro. I see your problem, man. We got to move that whisker to the right." And he got his little tweezer. He wasn't allowed to pluck or to remove, but he just angled the beard hair that way. Lo and behold, he gets back on the court, wins it in 3. Thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was a great match, other than that little beard tweak. But nonetheless, somehow Rublev managed to cough up the match after having been up really, really big. After that,
is that even allowed?
I don't know. The beard tweak I think needs to be written in because there was no bandages, no rub down. It was all in the beard.
Interesting.
All right, here we go. By the way, Rublev, you can't lose to Fognini after a beard tweak. Come on.
Well, Felix Auger-aliassime defeated Juan Ignacio Londero from Argentina 7-5, 7-6, and will face off Alexander Zverev from Germany, your number 3 seed. This should be a good match.
We call
really good match. This is like
the
next gen against the next gen, except that this in reality is a kid that could be better than Zverev since he hasn't done anything really. He hasn't. Everybody expected him to win a Grand Slam, to do many things, and he has not.
We discussed this match as we had a initial Monte-Carlo discussion. Wouldn't it be nice to see these two play?
Right.
And here we are. You almost have a neutral playing field for these two. You have the big-hitting Zverev. You have the younger, what seems to be a more clay court enthusiast, and Felix Auger-aliassime. So you have the more experienced, but only a little bit older Zverev.
Yeah,
and the less experienced, but more clay court savvy, in my opinion, Felix Auger-aliassime.
So you have a 21 and an 18-year-old.
So I think this is going to be a blockbuster match. Watch this one. If I had to choose this one, it's a coin toss, but only because of experience. I'm going to still go with Zverev.
Not me. I'm going with Felix.
Even though, look, I like Felix more. But I still, if I'm betting on it, I have to bet on Zverev simply because of experience. That's it.
Well, Guido Pella from Argentina defeated the number 7 seed Marin Cilic from Croatia 6'3", 5'7", 6'1", I think you called this.
I called this yesterday as well. So these are two upsets I'm proud of today. I had Khachanov going down to Sonego, and I also had Peja, the Argentinian, taking out Marin Cilic again from Croatia. And the reason being is Cilic is a big server, he's a big hitter, like Khachanov and Del Potro.
Yeah.
They're not gonna risk their bodies for the upcoming two being Wimbledon and the U.S. Open, grinding it around on clay, when they know ultimately they're not going to win it anyway. They need the big serve, +1, +2, being the big forehand or the backhand up the line. They need it for Wimbledon, they need it for the U.S. Open, or they have no shot. Why destroy it here? He showed up, he sold his tickets, he satisfied his sponsors, and he moved on.
Yeah. Marco Cecchinato from Italy, the 11th seed, defeated Stan Wawrinka 0-6, 7-5. 6-3.
Yeah, something happened here.
So he got bageled.
He got bageled and then turned around with a 7-5, 6-3. Maybe Vekic, Wawrinka's girlfriend, called Wawrinka via Bluetooth, the earpiece that he might wear, and said, hey, we're good today. You don't have to win, and just departed. I don't know. All jokes aside, but he bageled him in the first set. Came back with a 7-5, 6-3. Big shout out to Arvis again. Once again, I don't mean to be repetitive, but he called that Cecchinato is a force on clay, and it's starting out that way.
So you have a Cecchinato and Peja match.
I'm going to have to shoot Cecchinato in here. I'm going to have to push Cecchinato forward and again remind everyone that Arvis called this.
Jan Lenarstruff from Germany defeated Denis Shapovalov from Canada in 3 sets and will face off Grigor Dimitrov from Bulgaria, who defeated Matteo Berrettini from Italy 7-5, 6-4.
I'm taking Struff in this match.
I'm shocked that Shapovalov lost that first round. He had a hot season on the hard court. Comes to clay, loses on the first round.
Yeah, different animal on clay for me. Again, if Shapovalov, I'm not his biggest fan. I think he's got a great game. He's still a little spastic in my opinion.
Clay is tough.
He reminds me of a left-handed Tsitsipas. I think they both have a little calming to do and soul-searching to do. But this kid Struff.
That's a kid?
Well, he's not a kid, guy. He's younger than me. I'm 41. I'm sure he's not 41. So
I can't imagine him being a kid like Shapovalov.
No.
Okay.
But Struff is a solid player, and he has had a really solid season this year altogether.
Okay.
Okay. He's not a slouch. I think Struff beats Dimitrov.
Okay, we'll see. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. Every time I pick Dimitrov, he loses.
I'm not on a bandwagon.
Anytime we pick Dimitrov, he fails us. So
I'm not picking Dimitrov. I'm picking Struff in that match.
All right. Roberto Batista Agut from Spain defeated John Millman from Australia 3-6, 6-1, 6-1, and will face off Rafael Nadal, the number 2 seed. I'm giving this match to Rafael Nadal, hands down. I don't think that Roberto Batista Agut can do much here.
Yeah, and I think Millman is no real match for Batista Agut here either. They're both good players. Batista Agut might even be better on. No, that's Carreno.
I think that someone told us that he was better on hard court. I think it was Arvis.
I think that's Carreno Busta we're referring to.
No, he said that Batista Agut is actually better on hard court. He's not a clay player.
Either way, Batista Agut is a better player, in my opinion, than Millman. And no disrespect to Millman, but I think Batista Agut is a better player. I think Millman did beat Federer at the U.S. Open last year, right?
Yes.
So that was kind of a kooky incident. Great job on the scores. We'll see what happens. Rocking on. It's been a long day for us, by the way.
Very long.
So we had...
It's always long.
Yeah, we had the store early, came back, kids to the pool. Then we had tennis training. We had a long day, and we're still grinding it out.
And we're still not done.
But great job. All right, so as we end the show today, I'm going to throw in a quote of the day, as we always like to do. So here we go. And I hope I get this out, and maybe I can't read my writing, but I'm going to read the quote of the day. Here we go. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always try just one more time. Okay? Our greatest weakness in life it lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed, always try just one more time. Okay? Never give up. Here's my notes on never giving up. Never give up. Why? Life is extremely interesting. Okay? It's very interesting. It can be damn right brutal, and it can be damn right beautiful.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It can have extreme highs and extreme lows, extreme lefts, extreme rights. But I think when they all transpire and we fight through them and we get to where there's a light of the day instead of a brick wall, I think we look back upon them as time passes and say, you know what, that wasn't that bad. I remember that. You know, we got through that. We fought through that, right? Either way, no matter what happens, I find that life is a very amazing journey. You know, you get down and you're like, oh, you know, I don't want to try anymore. Like this morning, for instance, I recently got contacts, hence no glasses. So I got contacts, and for the life of me, sometimes putting in one contact lens is the difference in myself leaving the house at 6 in the morning or 8:30. Sometimes it takes me an hour to get a contact in. So this morning I just wanted to, you know, like just break everything in my line of sight because I couldn't get my contact in. Mm-hmm. But I kept trying to put my contact in, and you know what? At the end of the day, I felt like I had a better day because I didn't have to walk around with bifocals on. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Metaphor.
Don't give up. Yeah.
Don't give up. So no matter how hard it is, don't give up. If you want to learn to hit a tennis ball, hit the tennis ball. And if you don't hit the tennis ball the first time, understand it takes a whole lot of time to learn how to hit one tennis ball the correct way.
Correct.
So just suck it up and learn how to hit the tennis ball. I mean, is another example that you can give me? You know, if you're trying to teach your child how to swim, we have 5 children and our 6-year-old, and again we have 3, 6, 9. No, she just turned 10, 14, and 16, and even the 3-year-old swimming already, right? The 3-year-old swimming, the 6-year-old, she's getting there, but you know, she just is a little scared of the water, so we took her out today, and you know what? She got a little bit more comfortable. But it's like the 100th time we've taken her out. But now she's finally getting comfortable, so I always try to tell myself, just keep trying a little bit, and she got better. And so it pays off, right?
It does. At the end, it does.
So there is a reason, I think, why we are here. And that is on this planet in which we live. So I really believe that whatever it is that you may have passion about, keep trying it. And if it doesn't work, just try and try again, because I think ultimately that passion will set you free one way or the other. All right?
Okay.
Always try again. Never give up. There is reason why we're here. And be positive and you will find your way. Last 2 thoughts, and I had it all wrapped in, and I just didn't get it out of my spiel there. Open doors. Don't close them. Be nice, no matter what. Be nice. Okay, I know sometimes we're like, what? How did you call that line out? It's a terrible line call. Come on, schmacklow, schmacklow, schmacklow. Come on, Novak Djokovic, schmacklow, schmacklow, schmacklow. Oh, I hit a shot. It's going to the crowd like now bandying. Don't do that. Try to be nice, bro. Try to be nice. Be better than you were yesterday, right? Groundhog Day. Be better than you were yesterday. Always give a child a high five. Great job. Pow. All right? All right, that's it. Let's go, everyone. Have a great day, great evening. Click a like below, subscribe below, share our video, and again, please subscribe to our channel. And we will see you all soon. And as the wonderful Carla always says,
adios.
Adios.